Hello, welcome to ET Studio for a special conversation on HR as a strategic compass to steer future ready business. Brought to you by ETHRWorld and Oracle. I'm Puja Bothra, Associate Editor at ETHRWorld. Please join me in welcoming Prashant Mehra, Partner and Chief People and Culture Officer, Grant Thornton Bharat LLP, Prateek Dubey, Group CHRO, Mankind Pharma, and Shailesh Singla. He's the country head applications and VP at Oracle India. Prashant, let me start by asking you, how is HR repositioning itself in the boardroom to drive workforce strategy as business growth?
Firstly, Puja, thank you for having me. I think to start with, I'd like to make a suggestion that maybe we need to get away from this word HR, because HR has human, which is very good, but it also has resources. And whenever I think of resources, what comes to my mind is something that is indispensable, something that is dispensable, or raw material, consumables. I think if not anything, the pandemic has proved to all of us that the biggest asset that any organization has is its people. We need to treat it as an asset and not as a consumable. And I think for people who are practicing this function, they probably need to step back and say that, listen, this is not a support function. We are the business, and they need to adopt the mindset of the businesses. I think what this function really does today is follow what business tells them to do. And it's all task-based. I think they need to take more responsibility, have a little more skin in the game. Okay, how are we solving the problem that the business has today? And not just carrying out a task as such, whether that problem is about skills, whether that problem is about mindset, whether that problem is about we need people to help them achieve the top line or the bottom line, whatever it may be. But it needs to go hand in hand. That mindset needs to be there, that we are in it together. I think the moment that happens, we will have a lot many people who are driving what I call personally high performance growth. And that's something that we've adopted at Grant Thornton. We don't like to call it an exercise where we're getting rid of people or going after a stick with somebody, but it's just about, are you really performing and giving us profitable growth at the firm? If you're not, then perhaps it's a bad marriage and we need to do something, we need to reposition or whatever. But that's really what I believe will be the new revolution for the human function, or let me just call it the people and culture function for any organization, if people and culture actually adopt the mindset of the business.
So, building on people and culture, Prateek, I'd like to ask you that organizations today need culture of experimentation, agility, and continuous learning to drive business. As just mentioned by Prashant. So, what are some of the best practices and interventions you've done in your organization to craft a culture like that?
Thank you, Puja, first of all for inviting me. And before I start, I'll compliment Prashant for rightly saying it. The word resource doesn't suit us. We are no more a resource. We are an asset, and we need to respect people like an asset. So now when I say this, what does this mean? This means that we are partner to a business. We own equally as business person owns a business. For that, our job is to provide future ready people. We need to work on the business because in the current scenario, business dimensions are changing on practically every 6 months. We should be future ready on a 6-monthly basis. For that, we need to work on skills. We need to make something what I used to call it a leadership factory. And when I say leadership factory, it doesn't only mean on behavioral skills, it means also on technical skills, overall leadership, and that's where we work upon. In my entire tenure of HR culture, HR experience, I have personally always focused on developing future ready leaders. And today also, we have lot many initiatives. Like we have tied up with certain institutes for developing a people which are the skills of tomorrow. We have tied up with certain leaders to help our people to be mentored for them. We have developed our own internal teams to groom them up. And we believe that what other people used to call succession planning is basically leaders to be made. And that's what we work upon. That's what I feel.
Very interesting. And, we can agree to call human resources human assets, but we all are on the same page when we say that people leaders must focus on, talent to get them to perform for business. And since technology has undergone a sea of change, Shailesh, I'd like to ask you that how can we leverage artificial intelligence such as agentic AI, generative AI, to help us in decision making when it comes to people?
Yeah, Pooja, great question. First of all, innovation has been, always there, whether it's agentic AI, now AI studios. I think innovation is always there. So what, as Oracle, what we say is that, have a unified application running across your organization. You set your fundamentals right. If you set your fundamentals right, if you have one single database for entire, say, hire to retire, experience, rather than having some 8-10 products giving you a very, and then you club it together to get agentic AI or a generative AI. Yeah, so we always recommend that have one single unified data model, simplified architecture, single user experience, so that you can drive a lot of value from that single data model. Okay, I'll tell you, like, we meet so many customers, which has a different tool for learning, different thing for recruitment, different for payroll. What they do is they keep on integrating those technologies together. Okay, and they are from different vendors, very different technology stack, making them integrate, making them having a unified database. That they run a different project altogether for creating a data lake. And once the data lake is in place, then they run a separate project to lay a artificial intelligence layer. Right. That's why you see most of the players are coming with AI as a product, agentic AI as a product. So what we do is we get that embedded within the product. Right. So it's not something which is separate. And why we are able to do that is it's a unified database. Okay. So to use these latest innovation, it's very, very important that you think from a 10 years, 20 years perspective. Okay. It's not important that you do a larger transformation in one shot. You can plan your journey in such a way so that slowly you head towards a much more simplified architecture. Right. So if you're able to do that for an organization, that's where the innovation, all these innovations can be leveraged. Otherwise, it's next to impossible to drive a unified mobile experience or a unified voice bots. A very unified, because it's at the end of the day, it has to be all talking to each other. In fact, we go way beyond, say, get your financials, your supply chain, your HR, your CRM, everything integrated. Okay, more integrated it is, it makes it much more easier for you to drive insights and say, take some corrective actions. And even our nearest competitors, I will say, put this way, when we see that, they bring in some almost 10 products to give that hire to retire experience. Okay, and that's where the experience gets broken. And that's, I think that's the fundamental thing we will guide everyone. Use this so that you can use the technology in a much better way for latest innovations.
So it's very clear from Shailesh that technology is clearly poised to change the way we look at HR and the way we look at hire to retire. So Prateek, with this intertwining of people and technology, how do you see the experience space changing?
Puja, before I have a question for you. Why did Ram won the war against Ravan? I'll tell you the answer. I don't want to waste time. Ravan had a better technology. Ravan had better ammunition in terms of latest technology and everything out. But Ram had the humanness over technology. So what he said it, I echo word, we need it. But if you don't have humanness to the technology, I don't think you'll be ever able to win the war. So in this business world, you need to have a humanness element with AI clubbed together and make the experience of a person, make a person so personalized, comfortable and so clear in his targets that his productivity increases. So without a human touch, sir, I don't think technology will be able to win war alone. That's my view.
Prashant, what's your take on future of EX, with all these changes, technology, and how do you integrate human touch and technology?
I'll start from where you left off, which is that, and somebody asked me the other day that what is the digitization plan? And I give them a very simple answer. I said that, we are an organization that believes in two things. Firstly, people at the center, and then people and profit. Because we don't want to come across as an NGO, we're not. We want to earn money, but earn money for our people. So keeping people at the center. But at the same time, we are also conscious that we need to change with the times. because people at the center, we empathize with everything under the sky. And whatever we cannot empathize with, we digitize. That's what I believe, is the blend of that human thing which you was talking about and technology, that wherever you do not require empathy, you should just digitize, because it gives you better trust, better productivity, better efficiency. And I think this goes hand in hand. The one thing that will always keep changing is technology. The one thing that can never change is the human element. And I believe in any given technological revolution, it's 70% mindset and 30% technology. And that's what we believe in. But we also believe in that, there should be constant innovation. The moment you let go of innovation, you are passing on a great revolutionary idea to competition. Coming to your question specifically, I think that employee experience is extremely critical. During the industrial revolution, there was just one expectation from people: get your hands and legs to work.
Yeah.
That's all we need. We came to, the service industry entered, and we said, okay, now we need brains as well. And we told people that please come with your hands and legs and get your brains as well. Now the world has changed. There is another thing that we ask people to get to work, which is their hearts. And when we do that, and we can't keep talking about passion and enjoy our work and everything without giving the people a great experience. Why is customer experience so important and people experience not very important? It's very simple, and I don't know why some organizations don't get it. Keep your people happy. They will automatically keep the clients happy. But it may not work the other way around. You give a discount to your customers, give them great service, pull your people, your clients will be happy. Will your people be happy? Perhaps not. But you keep your people happy, your clients will surely be happy, because they realize we only grow if our clients are happy. So it's kind of a vicious circle, but I think that if we talk about chicken and egg, it really starts with people. But I honestly believe that, following how Bhutan measures its economic progress, as long as you can make it a happy organization for your people, you'll be a great organization.
Yeah, so what we're picking from industry is that, technology will kind of digitize mundane tasks, and HR needs to be more human-centric. So the future is all about human centricity, as we have technologies to enable us in our work. Shailesh, I'd like to ask you, since you are in touch with, organizations across industries, what is that you are picking up as some of the best practices in this space?
So I'll say in context here, the points which came in just now. A human touch is very important, right? Technology is one part of it. Till the time there is a human angle associated with anything we do, it's meaningless. Okay, it comes together. We see a trend where a lot of investments are happening on the generative AI side, right? I'll give some examples how this will bring in a human angle, right? So, like someone is doing appraisal for an employee, right? So normally what happens is, while doing the appraisals against the goals of employee, we are very fast in giving a rating rather than writing a description in terms of what's our true feedback, right? So an agentic AI helping them to draft that feedback in a very, very nice way, which is really touchy and really helps have a better response rate from the employees, right? So, so technology is helping that. Okay, so in terms of writing those feedbacks, writing the goals, writing those goals in a very descriptive manner using agentic AI, rather than just writing few lines. It's describing what it is all about. Okay, using the best of the practices. Okay, so this is second example on the, I'll say. Third example, I'll give it like you're writing a talent profile, right? It's all about your skill sets profile. Everybody's writing it, helping the employees to define their talent profile in a very, very nice way. Okay, which makes them that they are being, they have been able to reflect what they want to reflect as to the organization in terms of skill sets and everything else. So technology is helping in so many ways. If I talk about the generative AI side. So as Oracle, we launched almost 100 Gen AI features in the product, okay, which is helping in the same way, drafting something, writing something in a much, much better way, which is helping employees, to basically make them more valued in the ecosystem, right? So I'll give another area where we're investing a lot and where customers are even, are very, very keen is agentic AI side. I'll give a few examples, again, a human touch side, right? So an employee going to a restaurant and making a payments and then claiming expense, right? So coming back, gone are the days now. It's so simple. You scan a bill and it's in the workflow. It's get automatically approved and it improves the productivity in such a simple way. It's so simple for employee to claim their expenses, right? So it brings it's a very good feedback we get from the employees. They're scanning it, they're mailing it, and it's all done. Okay, it's approved. So one thing. Second, I'll say while defining your compensations, right? So looking at the market metrics, looking at the standardization within your own organizations, what you pay for grades, experience, and everything, and standardizing those payouts. Okay, if you can standardize that, it takes away a lot of disparity. A very high level of resentment in the employees is same experience, same thing. They don't get paid. Technology helping them to take those right calls to help them bring parity standardization in the system, right? So, agentic AI, great feedbacks from customers. Looking at that, if you look at writing a job description for applying, summarizing the candidate profiles, okay, plotting them into the 9 box, okay, automatically, so that it becomes so easy for someone to. It's practically impossible to look at 170, 180 parameters. Directly plotting into a 9 box and giving a reasoning why we are plotting it here, and helping it so easy. So I think human touch is very, very important, and contextual human touch in terms of helping out to the employees is very important. So these are 2 things which we see, okay, on the agentic AI. So third area, I'll put it as, we would have all seen it, like the bots. There was a huge wave 2 years back, like move the processes to bots. I can speak to the bot and I can speak to my device and get the processes done, apply for a leave, get my pay slips and other things. I think it's changes the experience. It's changing a lot of experience because it makes it so easier rather than going to HR or putting it in a workflow as a requisition. Things are becoming so easy for employees to look at the leave balances, look at their so many things. They look at their pay slips, like get their composition letters. I think bots is changing a lot of experience, right? So bots is another area which we see. The chat bots. Okay, I said voice bots earlier. There was a lot of trend for chat bots, and then it reached. As Oracle, we also see that can we move entire processes to bots, voice, right? So the guy who heads this product line, we said that we will get every process into the bot. We can speak and get things done. It's a humanist productivity improvement and experience change management. And last, which was there is the mobility side, right? So nobody wants to go to the desktops and laptops and do those stuffs. Right now, everybody is talking about, can I do everything from a device, mobile device? Yeah. Okay, my smartphone. Okay, the word is gone when the desktops, remote workers, contingent workers, blue collar workers, everybody wants to work on a mobile. I think this is where tremendous innovation, tremendous experience and human value. So that's where it is.
Yeah, very interesting. Bots, Gen AI, agentic AI, and digitalization is a great way to make HR the strategic compass, the discussion topic in hand today. So one closing thought from you, Prashant, Prateek, and Shailesh around, making HR the strategic compass for business growth.
Making HR the strategic compass for business growth. I think the mistake that we are making is that making it the strategic compass for growth. It's not the compass that can help you grow. It is the person who's holding the compass can help you grow.
Yeah.
And that's really what we need to understand, the difference between human and technology or human and tools. Don't forget the hand that's holding the compass.
Great.
Compass will change.
Prateek, your thoughts?
My views, technology will come, like he said, compass will come and all those things, but the person who's holding the compass has to take the decision. And decision should always be balanced between the logics and the empathy. And that's where the human touch and human element comes. And it's very important because technology will today change from A to B to C to D. But one thing which will bind all of them is human. We need to be always holding that hand up.
Yeah. Shailesh, your thoughts?
Let's say technology and people, the most important aspects, they complement each other. Okay, getting the best people, technology helps you get the best people. And once you're best people, they know how to use the technology in the best possible way to get the best outcomes. I think that's where it is.
Yeah.
So great. Thank you, Prashant, Prateek, and Shailesh for this wonderful conversation. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Puja.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shailesh. Thank you.